People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. First thing that is popping in the news. What is wrong with some of these men that are supposed to be po-po, police officers in the JCF? And even more disturbing, what is wrong with some of these judges that are offering police, who are obviously criminal-minded persons, some petty bail for some very serious crimes? I am speaking about a constable that is attached to the Orange Bay po-po station that is in St. Mary. He was offered bail in the sum of 600,000 Jamaican dollars the other day when he went to the St. Mary Circuit Court. Circuit Court is a court for persons that commit serious crime, such as using a tool, such as ASSAULT. People that we consider to be a menace, a danger to society. Based on the information, it is said that Constable Ryan Anderson, he, Battered, his girlfriend, he pretty much repeatedly kicked her, him bust up her mouth, him fling one beer bottle, bust it up in her face, he stomped her, he did all manner of evil, the Mike Tyson, the MMA, and what is even worse, it is said that on one of those occasions, he handcuffed her to the kitchen sink. Pretty much, he gave her a royal BEAT down. She got everything, including the kitchen sink. It is also said that Mr. Anderson, he shaved this lady's head. He told her to cut off her hair. He forced her to cut off her hair. He also took up 2 bullets, bust up can over her head, show her one of the can and said, listen, this one is for you, or maybe you might even get 2 of them in your head. He also told her that he was going to throw some sort of cyanide in her drink and take her out that sort of way. Now, based on the po-po report, this was not an isolated incident. This was not 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 5 time. This was something that happened often. This is something that he did. He would oftenly handcuff her upon some sort of bed, some sort of pole, some sort of kitchen sink. He would oftenly slap her up in her face, use all sorts of intimidation tactics against this lady, his girlfriend. And what was the motive? What was the reason that he justified this? He went in her phone and found some sorts of message from a man, a particular man. His name was not given. This constable had the audacity to call the man. When he called the man, he also used all sorts of intimidation tactics. The man even confessed that yes, he and the girlfriend was in some sort of conversation. This officer also took the girlfriend to the po-po station and told her, listen, you are going to go inside, you are going to file a po-po report against the man that you are supposed to having some sort of relationship in the constable head. Tell the po-po officer them in the po-po station, say, this man abducted you and he also raped you. However, the tables turned on this lady. When he took the girlfriend to the po-po station, she reported all that he had done to her, and that was when the po-po them arrest this man. He was locked up for about a month or so. Like I said, this incident took place back in November of 2022. He went to court the other day and he got bail. His lawyer had the audacity to say that, listen, this man suffers from some sorts of mental issue. Him have problem, him head no good, him nah no head. The judge also said, after the prosecutor requested that, listen, don't give this man any sorts of bail. He is a danger to this lady. He is a danger to society. He will threaten the witness. However, the judge in his smart decision-making process decided that, well, I don't see this man to be a flight risk. I am speaking about the constable that did all this thing to this lady. And he gave him 600,000 Jamaican bail. People, can you imagine this? This judge said that this man is not a flight risk, so therefore he or she did not see why he should not get bail. However, what about the fact that he is a danger to this lady? More than likely, based on his resume, based on the history, he is going to endanger this lady. This lady's life is going to be in danger. And if and when he gets the opportunity, he might also take her out. Hopefully, it does not get to this. However, people, we have to question the decision-making process of a lot of these judges in Jamaica. It seems as if once a lawyer goes to them and propose something, don't know if there's any sorts of monetary exchange or some sorts of bribery, but me just say, based on what is going on in Jamaica with all of this domestic stuff, based on how many women are losing their life, based on the fact of this man's resume or history of being a violent person, how is it that he got bail? $600,000 bail. Now, people, when we see stuff like this happening on a regular basis with these supposedly popo, we have to ask the question, does the JCF need to reevaluate the type of persons that they're hiring? Do they have to do a more stringent psychological evaluation on these officers? A more stringent vetting process? But then again, people, these psychopaths, these Jekyll and Hyde characters, some of them in the JCF, they know when to switch. They know when to act nice when it is convenient. And when they are with their partners in which they are obsessed or jealous of. This is when they turn into a monster. However, the government of Jamaica, the relevant authority, the JCF, the judges, the system, they have to protect women and the average Jamaican from characters like this, because we see that they are a menace to society. They are a danger to society and their women. Point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news, we have to ask the question, is it a coincidence or are persons that are considered men of God, prayer warrior, bishop, pastor, are they being targeted by these evilous gunmen in Jamaica? Or is everybody just an equal opportunity target? The other day we saw that a reverend in a Portmore, his name is Mr. Linval Lewis. He was leaving his house in his motor vehicle when he was pounced upon by some gunmen. They pretty much sprayed the car. He was in bad condition, taken to the place of recovery, transferred from one hospital to the next. However, during surgery, his injuries were too bad. He succumbed to those. Fast forward less than 24 hours ago, in a place called Little London, that is in Westmoreland. An ex-prayer warrior, a youth, his name is Criswell Gayle. He was riding on his bicycle away from choir practice, when he was pounced upon by some gunmen. They pretty much wet him up pretty bad. He was taken out on the spot. Based on what the mother is saying, he is a good youth. He is a gifted youth. He has spiritual healing, spiritual gifts. Usually he could foresee anything that is coming. He was like a prophet. However, people, I guess he did not foresee this one. When the father was asked, he said the same thing. He's a good youth. He's a man of God. He's a prayer warrior. The sister said the same thing. Good youth, not a troublemaker. Residents say the same thing. Good youth, not a troublemaker. Him go work, him go church, him come back home, him no party, him no keep up no sorts of F-U-C-K-R-Y. So how is it that he was taken out? Now people, here's the thing. This man is from a place called Russia. However, maybe about 2 years ago, he went and he started to live with the bishop. Now people, you and I know that this is Jamaica. You and I know how the average Jamaican think. Them suspicious about everything. If you're a person of faith, a person of the cloth, they said that there is strength in numbers. I guess if 2 or more prayer warrior come together and then pray, the message is sent. It is more powerful. However, the average Jamaican is not going to look at it such a way. Sometimes people spread rumor upon people and people I was not there. I don't know the specifics. I am just thinking how the average Jamaican would think and how persons perceive things. Could persons have been wondering if him and the bishop in a something? Could that have been the motive? Even though there was no evidence, but you know how people pray, especially when them dance. However, the fact, very disturbing, is that some of these persons that are supposed to be men of the cloth, some of them are wolves in sheep clothing. Some of them are not practicing what they are preaching. The lifestyle that they go on the pulpit and they walk around with this Bible is polar opposite to what they are doing. There's been a whole lot of incidents in Jamaica lately. A lot of incidents have been reported where these pastors, persons in which the congregation they trust, they have turned out to be some false prophet. They have turned out to be abusing their own women. They have turned out to be sleeping with other sisters in the church, other people's wife. They've turned out to be that them a touch up little picnic. So therefore, we understand how Jamaica go. Once people start hear them sorts of rumor and propaganda, yeah, that is what they are going to do. That is going to be their course of action. Like them say, for whom much is given, much is expected. So therefore, if people start to hear, say, the people in which people are show them collection, people are put them faith, people are believing, start to betray them, start to do all manner of evil, start to be the devil in disguise, the wrath that they are going to get, not from God, but from man, it is not going to be ordinary. So people may just say, usually the church out of bounds, usually gunman in any sort of era, when them see a madman or see a man of the church, usually those persons get immunity. They are untouchable. They are not going to be any sort of victim. People of the church can walk up and down when everybody else have to stay or stand in a them yard. So usually when you see them start target a pastor or a reverend or a man of the cloth, a prayer worshipper, something is into something. Wherever there is smoke, there is fire. People, I am just speaking in general. I don't know these persons' lifestyle specifically, but me just say something sound kind of fishy. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos straight to the point, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Point blank and period.